My name is Darren James Stevenson. I came 5th after Swiss, only losing to Jesse here in Swiss, and I just lost in the final, unfortunately. Bricked loads, and I'm also from the UK, so travelling here was quite fun and enjoyable. I enjoyed the experience, and losing in the final does hurt, but it's fine. I'm happy to get the points at the very least. So yeah, I played like a hybrid build, so shout out to Brendan who gave me the list for the main deck. So it was a mix between what I was playing in Salt Lake City with the hamsters and the firewall stuff, the Adderall list people call it, and the FTK, because I feel like if you don't play the FTK it's silly. So the standard stuff, Ray Astro and the Garnet, the Free Chrono and the Garnet. Just the class standard extenders, 2 Cerberus and Jackal, extra negate, gets you out of a pinch when you need it. Free Curtain Raiser, I love this card, it's just an extra extender. People don't play it because it conflicts with the worms. I don't think it conflicts with them at all. Like, sure, you can't special it if you've got Shrine or Foolish, but it doesn't matter because you've already got your one extender, which usually gets you there anyway. And if you've got another normal summon in your hand, if you go Foolish Burial, summon this, normal, make Electrolyte and the Ogre it, then this is an extender again. And the Degenerate Engine, Free of the Worm, I want to max because this is like, I prefer this over Hamster because Hamster can be broken sometimes, but this is a +1 normal summon every time, and plus it lets you play over extenders like Shrine and Foolish. And I also just play one of each of the gate. People play 2 of this, but it never really comes up when you need to replace this, and plus drawing these can just be awful and just brick your hand because they just don't extend at all. And I just played the one Hamster. I was playing 3 at Salt Lake, but sometimes it can be really weird when you draw it in multiples, and like you only really need it when you can search it. And like I think 1 was fine. I never really did its normal summon effect. It was mostly the scale effect, so I can get 2 Astros and then just seal game there. It can generate mad advantage, and that's why I'm glad that I'm just playing at least the 1. So those are the extenders. I played 2. It was a hybrid list, so I played Wisdom Eye too. I know it's not a dark, but like Wisdom Eye is like so broken because it gives you access to all your magicians, like Harmonizing, free Black Fang, free Purple and an Oath. So like this giving you access to all this can let you out any game state, because like obviously we know what these do. These are broken. And this I only played the 1 because drawing this can be pretty bad as well, especially in multiples. You never really pop it. You always want to keep it there. You keep generating advantage. Also under cherries as well. This is pretty good. It can be awkward with these 2 because sometimes you can't FTK when you have these 2 in your hand, but it doesn't matter because like if you've got these in your hand's usually really good anyway, so you just end with like 3 or 4 negates or something, so you get in with Firewall pretty easily. And then I hated myself doing this, but the hand shop lineup I just played 2 Ash, 1 Ogre. I've always prided myself on saying that like surely 1 hand trap is, you should pick which one's the best one, right? So like arguably you should have only played 3 Ogre or 3 Ash. I think in Pendulum, drawing stuff in multiples is really, really frustrating, and hand traps especially. So at the very least, I'm going to draw these in multiples. I want them to be different. And Brendan picked 2 Ash over Ogre, which I guess makes sense because like the shit that you can lose to is like the 60 card stuff, and you don't want them to resolve grass or anything like that. It hits more the power cards in Draco too. And yeah, like this is definitely more powerful than this. And this was fine. I still drew them together annoyingly, but like, no, they were great. 3 was fine. And the only spells were the Shrine and Foolish. 1, 2, yeah, that's fine. And then the Instant Fusion. Again, this is 42 cards, I only played the 1, because again, drawing this in multiples is ass. But straight drawing it can be game, but only in certain hands, and like, you need an extender for this to be game, and I don't want to, and like I think I'm maxing out on extenders with the exception of the 1 Hamster, so I thought this was absolutely fine. And the extra deck, play 3 Electrolyte. Like, I think if you play any less, I just don't get why you're playing any less. This card's insane. Like, especially when you go second, like this baits out an Ogre, and then the other 2 you've got to play Yu-Gi-Oh with. Like, this card's unbelievably good. And then the standard Link stuff. Played the Firewall, I love this card. I didn't summon it much because like I would just FTK people, but when I did summon it, it did feel really ridiculous. And then I wasn't playing this at Salt Lake, but like being able to summon this against Draco and put them on a clock, it's great. The XYZs, so like just these three. These, I think these are the only ones you need. I wanted to main Abyss Dweller, but like, I feel like you can play like against Draco 60 cards a bit differently anyway. If you put up a bunch of negates, that's just as good a Dweller really. And against Amino, if you know you're playing against Draco, you can just like keep your board clear or make them start or whatever. And I was making them start, so I made Dweller pointless. One Ignister. I was playing the Supreme King over this at Salt Lake. Jesse showed me why that was completely wrong, because this card makes the Pendulum matchup ridiculously degenerate by just getting rid of so much of the stuff. Venom being able to copy it too just makes it ridiculous. You're essentially playing 3 of these, and being able to pop your combo pieces like Purple or Black Fang to either extend or pop their stuff, it's just mad advantage. And then also the Vortex and then the degenerate bits as well. Then the side deck, I played a different side deck to Brendan. He was playing like Kaijus and stuff, and I didn't really want to do that. I just want to play more hand traps. So I was playing the 3 Cherries, which is standard against Pendulum. 2 Veilers, just so you can like hit the plant engine and 60 card stuff. 1 Ash. I wasn't siding another Ogre because I figured when I side against Pendulum, these are the ones you really want to see the most. And then like, yeah, so I didn't really have space for Ogre, and it was the only card. Ogre was the only, Pendulum was the only deck I would side Ogre for, and I was more scared of like other matchups like the 60 card stuff, so I wanted the more powerful stuff against the 60 cards. 3 Twin, this has been insane for me today. I was playing Cyclone at the last event, but like being able to play the Dark Worms and this, it's just mad, mental. Like you just get so much advantage and you just kill them. You don't only just add a floodgate, you literally just like, it's just mad. And then there's 2 Barriers because I like my 3 wins going first. 2 Evenlies because I like my 3 wins going second. And 2 Typhoon. It's good against the FTK too because, like I say, Ogre only covers Pendulum, whereas this covers the FTK because you can hit the Gate 0, and it covers stuff like Draco and just any other random crap as well. And so yeah, this is good against Draco. And yeah, so that's the side. That was it. And so big shout outs. I've got a few shout outs. So big shout out to Saul Aegis, who was letting me stay with him in America, who was like making the dream possible to go to Worlds. Big shout out to the Davos Cards and Games, who let me borrow a lot of the cards and give me a place to stay for the locals in Atlanta. A big shout out to Jesse, Brendan and Shaquille, who I came with at this weekend. Big shout out to NCG, who's my team. And a big shout out to Jacob as well, and everyone else back in the UK who's helped me and give me the motivation to keep pushing on.